Hi everyone, Lisa here from LC Designs. Welcome to Workshop Wednesday. Today is actually my anniversary, so me and my husband are on our way to dinner. And as you can tell, this is a pre-recorded video that I made for you. I do have a couple of announcements. Today is the last day to get the packets for my coffee and card projects. I guess I should put them the direction they go. So if you want the all the pieces to make these 3 projects, which were gift card holders that I did on Sunday, just place a $35 order in my online store and I will send you those. And this Saturday is the last day to register for my Adventure Together class. So you'll make this box, and this is a fun fold card. Here is another card. This one is a fun fold as well. And this one here. So this class is $55. You'll get all the materials to make the 5 projects, a full pack of the Hues and Shades Designer Series paper, a spool of the Petal Pink ribbon, and a package of the Regal dots, plus the shipping to you and the PDF tutorial with the step-by-step instructions and a little gift from me. So this Saturday is the last day to register. I will have the link on my post here with this video. Remember to share my video and you'll be entered into a prize drawing. And give me a thumbs up, some hearts, whether you're watching me on YouTube or Facebook. All those little things help. All right, let's get started. Okay, so here's our project. And since today's our anniversary, I decided to make this. I'm calling it a book. How about a book of treats? Because I made it like a book, and you open it up and there's going to be some treats. And you guys know this cute as can be designer series paper. I have not been able to stop playing with it, using it. Me and my husband actually have a thing going on ever since we first started dating about bees. I actually have a little tiny bee tattoo for us. Anyway, this is a box, and look, it's got some mini boxes in it. So it's like a book. It opens up like a book, and inside it we have these little treat packages. So this has got some Snickers bars. You can put whatever you want in here. This one's got these chocolates, the Lindt chocolates. Those are strawberry something or raspberry something. This one, some of these I did do a little tight, I think, because I glued them. Oh, this says M&Ms. I put a bag of M&Ms. My husband loves peanut M&Ms. And this one has some Kit Kats. So I was able to fit 3 raspberry cream Kit Kats in there. So, and I think on this one, no, I'm going to go ahead and keep it the same. I was kind of going to change the ribbon because the ribbon has this silver in it. And I used the gold hearts. But I don't know, what do you guys think? We don't really, I would have to use my iridescent ribbon again, the one that I'm constantly using. So this might take a bit because we're gonna have to make all our little boxes. So I'm using the Be My Valentine, of course, to create our bees. I'm gonna be using the Nested Essential Dies. I've already pulled those out. And the only thing I'm using here from Layers of Beauty is I'm using that Happy Anniversary stamp set. We do have another one that I'm going to be using this Sunday on for my coffee and crafts class. And then here's the gold hearts. And then the bee punch, the bee builder punch. And you know, you can get this right now as a celebration item. Such a good deal. All right, so what are we going to start with first? Let's start with our cover. So for the cover, so let's call it our book cover. It's going to be 9.5, and I'm using fresh freesia. So it's going to be 9.5 by 8 1/4, so 9 1/2 on the long side, and then 8 1/4. So we're just going to cut that 1/4 inch off. Okay, and then now we're going to score it on the long side at 4 and 5 1/2. And so how I figured the height of my boxes was the height of this, which is 1 1/2. So there's our cover. Move that aside. Let's create all of these little boxes. And they're going to be 4 1/2 by 6 1/2. So let's cut 6 1/2. And this is petunia pop. And 4 1/2. And we're going to need 4 of these because we're making 4 boxes. 4 1/2. I hope I'm doing this right. You know what? I just blew it. Ours, they're not even going to be this color. They're going to be, well, you know what? Let's do 2 of them in petunia pop, and let's do 2 in fresh freesia, because that piece was for something, was for the layer on the front. So again, 6 1/2 by 4 1/2. So let's cut again 6 1/2. And you know, you can make your boxes however you want. 4 1/2 and 4 1/2. So we're going to just have our boxes different colors. But I'm going to have to grab another piece of this petunia pop. All right, let's get my Simply scored. And we're going to score these. And we're going to score the long side at 1 1/2. What's the smaller end? I always like to use the smaller half. That's just me. 1 1/2 and 5. And then short side at 1 1/2 and 3. So short side, 1 1/2, 3. Long side, 1 1/2 and 5. Long side, 1 1/2, 5, 1 1/2, 3. So this is repetitive because we're making 4 of them. 1 1/2, 3, 1 1/2, and 5. All right, so now, of course, we need to burnish all of these, and then we're gonna cut them to make our boxes. And like I said, you could put whatever you want in these. You can put little trinkets. Again, I'm making it for anniversary. You can make this for somebody for a birthday, just because, thinking of you, get well, somebody not feeling good, you know. You could put some tea packets in there, probably some Theraflu, some of that liquid IV. The possibilities are endless. So let me make sure that so I got my bigger scissors today, because I'm gonna try to get this to go quick. And I think I'm gonna cut these down. You don't have to, but I think I'm just gonna cut them down. So snip, snip, trying to get my straight line, cut, cut. So like in half. And they don't have to be straight. I mean, they're gonna get glued in, so nobody's gonna see them. You would want them to be straight, but if you're a little off, nobody will know because they're gonna be inside. And snip, snip, cut, cut, snip. Give me some ideas of what you would put in your boxes that you could think of. And I want you guys to comment. Please Comment on my videos. Don't be shy. We're all friends here. We're all crafty friends. I like to see other people's ideas. Okay, and you know what? For that bee builder punch, you can save all these scraps and punch out some of the mini hearts, the little hearts. I do that a lot with my scraps, so then any of my projects, I could just add hearts to them instead of, I think I accidentally cut that one. So you could add, I think I cut the other one. You could add hearts to your project. So like say for even this one, like you don't have the gold hearts. So then you can, I'm gonna grab these. I have way more, especially since we have 4 boxes. I guess I need to pull out the big artillery of them. I forgot what I was saying. See, here's that one I cut by accident. So, I got sidetracked what I was saying about those. Let's glue these. And then the thing is if you don't cut these in half here, you can, they'll just be a little bit more bulky. Okay. Glue. Then next we're going to have to do our wraps for them, which are pretty simple. We'll wrap them up. And there's another thing that I forgot, which I did. And again, if you don't have a small circle punch, don't worry about it. I could already see my score lines were not the greatest. We'll put a little tab in them so that you could like pull your boxes out. So that's where I use the circle, the half circle punch. And I think I either have a 1 inch or a 1/2 inch. It's one thing I always keep, even after they retire, are the circle punches. Because you can always use a circle punch. Okay. All right. Have you guys been joining me for my coffee and crafts on Sunday morning? Been having a lot of fun. It is quite challenging to be coming up with all these projects every week, but I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I like to create, and then half the time I just don't show all my projects. Okay, so let's let those dry. They won't take that long, but let's work on our wraps. So on the wraps, we're just gonna grab any kind of, I need this one for a die cut. Any patterns that you want for your boxes. I did 4 different patterns. You can do them all the same. You could do 2, 2 the same, 2 others. So our wrap is gonna be 6 1/2. So now I'm trying to think. So 3 5/8. So 3 5/8 this way. So if you have a pattern, your 3 5/8 are going to be your short side. And then 6 1/2 is going to be your long side. So I think, did I use the stripes? I didn't use the stripes. I'm trying to think of the ones that I used. We're going to do this one. So again, 3 5/8. 3 5/8 by 6 1/2. I'm going to use this one. I didn't use it last time, but I like 3 5/8. I like this one. 3 5/8 by 6 1/2. And we just need one more Okay, I got all the patterns with no B, so let's go ahead and do the stripes. So I'm going to cut the 6.5. Since there's no B's on our patterns in 3 5/8. Okay, this B, he's going to go on the front. So let me move that one aside. Let's move this, bring the Simply Score back in. And these are all going to be scored at a 1/2 inch. And sometimes these score lines are hard to see on the designer series paper. And remember, don't press too hard because you can tear. So a 1/2 inch to 3.5 and 5. 1/2 inch to 3.5 and 5. I gotta make 4 of everything. So a 1/2 to 3.5 and 5. Now, if my measurements are wrong, I'm going to be in trouble. A 1/2 inch to, oops, my finger got in the way, 2, 3.5, and 5. Okay, so that's those 4. So I'm going to, we're going to burnish all these, but to save some time, instead of waiting for the glue, I'm going to add tear and tape on all the 1/2 inch sections. Burnish, 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 burnish. Okay, these ones are hard to see. Burnish, because they're right in the line. Burnish, burnish, and burnish. Okay, those are done. Let's add tear and tape to the 1/2 inch section. Let me make sure I'm going to do this right. Yeah. 1/2 inch sections. Just let's add some tear and tape. That way we don't have to sit here and wait for all this glue to dry. And you could have put tear and tape on your boxes too. It's whatever you prefer. Like I said, you could create this however you want. I'm just giving you the basics on how to create it, and then you make it the way that you want. Fold all these over. Fold all these over. It was funny when I gave this to my husband. I gave it to him already. I've been wanting to create this for like years. I always had the idea, but I just never created it. He goes, well, what took you so long? I said, just actually putting it together, figuring out the measurements. Like I said, I figured out my cover. Once I figured out my cover, then I knew the height of my boxes. And then once I had my boxes, I knew the dimensions on my wrap. This one I have a little bit of tape sticking out. But that's going to go on the bottom. So our boxes are just going to go in here. Do I have my little punch? I don't. Here it is. So if you want this, see, this is a 1/2 inch punch. And then just go in and make a 1/2 circle. Gotta get all these out of the way. Do I go too fast for you guys? Sometimes I feel like people don't want to sit and watch videos for hours. I mean, I enjoy doing them for you, so as long as it takes, but I don't want to keep you. And as you could tell, I didn't, like I said, my score lines weren't the greatest, and that's why my thing's a little big there, or taller. So we can just snip that. So then it's right. So then these are all going to go inside our wraps, which they do fit. See, I make it look like it's tight. Let's put this one in the petunia pot. Maybe, I think I am going to change this petunia pot, and we'll do the fresh freesia. It doesn't really matter. They all coordinate, but I'm just being silly because I was doing the petunia pop on the ones that have the most petunia pop in them, like this one. And that seam you can put on the bottom. These do fit. I'm making it look like it didn't. This one I might have had not very good. Why am I having a hard time getting this one in? Once it gets in, see, they fit good. I'm just making them look harder than it is. So we have all our boxes. So now for our cover, all I did is I put tear and tape on the bottom of them because tear and tape is nice and sturdy. And you can either put it on your box. I forgot I got big scissors. That's going to be too long, but let's just, you don't need that much. Where's the bottom? Make sure I'm putting it on the bottom. And then we're just going to stick them down into our book cover. And bottom. You can even put your tear and tape inside your book cover if you want. Please let me know if I'm going too fast. You know, I'm not sure what people like. So what should we do? Should we do this, then this? Wait, let's put our colors. Then this, and then this, or no, let's go flowers, stripe flower, or flower stripes. I'm trying to coordinate with the color of the boxes. So what I do, if you want to have yours figured out right, I put my top one first, kind of leave a little border. You can put them all the way up to your score line. And then let's do the bottom one. And put it up to the score line. And I eyeball, but it is probably about a 1/4 inch. Oops, this one didn't stick all the way. And then what I do is then I figure these ones out, the spacing. I always put my top and bottom first, and then you can figure out your spacing. All right, let's get this one done. And put it up to the score line. And you can secure these better once the box is taken out. But isn't this a cute little... Do you guys remember back in the day when they used to have at Christmas time the Lifesaver books, storybooks? I think they still have them, but that was for us. That was like a big treat to get. And so there's our book. So now I need to, we still have a lot to do. I need to grab petunia pot because I used that one piece that I wasn't supposed to. Oops, there it goes. So 3 3/4 is going to be this layer. So 3 3/4, move my box out of the way, by 8. And then so our designer series paper is going to be 3 5/8. 3 5/8 by 7 7/8. No, 7 7 7/8. Yep. Why am I going way to 6? I don't know. All right, so that's our layer for the front of our box. Just like so. So let me get my, or look, you could even do the bees. But we're gonna cut out a bee with our hexagon from the Nested Essentials dies. I gotta turn this sideways because I don't want my head with my curly hair getting inside the way. All right, so before we adhere that, we're gonna get our ribbon. Here's one for our hexagon. We're gonna tie our ribbon because that layer that we just made is going to cover our ribbon. And I am making a nice big bow with this. I want this to have a really big bow. Okay, and then now what we'll do, this can all move to where we want it. And then we're gonna put this on with dimensionals. And darn it, I knew it. I forgot to grab more dimensionals. Look, I'm using all my scraps. I know you guys use up your scraps, right? We don't want to waste any of this. Let's put one here. Let's put a half here, a half here, and I will grab another pack because I'm down to that little tiny sliver. We got to use up every bit of everything. Like I said, the scraps, you punch out some hearts and use them on your projects, or use them as confetti. Put them inside your cards. You know, people always appreciate that, right? They open a card and all kinds of stuff comes falling out. That's like having glitter in the house. Okay, so we are going to stick this right on here. Like so. Now we have to create our bees and all our other stuff. Excuse me. So let me get my cut and emboss machine. And we're going to cut out this guy first. The bees, or no, we want to go this way because the bees are facing that way. That's it. Barely fits on that paper. Okay. And then we're going to cut out our rectangles, I guess is what you would call them. And we're going to do one in fresh freesia. These are all our scraps again, so use up those scraps. Cut one in fresh freesia, and then I'm going to need one in white. And this thing is a little bit, let's change plates. This one's a little bit, let me find, I got so much stuff on my workspace right here. Hold on. Let me clean it up. Trying to move all these pieces of cardstock out of the way and then get the ones that we need. Okay, because we need a rectangle in white. And then I think all our bee pieces I have white for. And that should be that on the die cutting. Kind of crazy. My plates seem like they're getting warped for some reason. Probably because I've been doing quite a bit of die cutting. Okay, let's get all this out of the way. Let me straighten up for a minute here. Do you guys like to have a nice, clean workspace, or can you work with a messy one? I can do a little bit of both, but not when I'm doing a video and I got stuff everywhere. Okay, so let's get all our bee pieces. These are sentiments. There's the antennas came off. So you guys know I like to, I'll use this piece first, punch out my bees first. And we might not get a little guy, but that's okay, because I have some paper right there to get the little guy. Oops, I didn't punch them all the way. But we are gonna need 2 more of the bigger hearts, because our bees are gonna have the double wings. Okay, let's wing, 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 antenna, antenna. And what do we need? Just one more big one. All right. So I always like to get my foam pad out when I stamp these guys. So we'll stamp. So many pieces to our little bees. But they're so cute. And you guys know there's another stamp set, I think it's called Meant to Be. It actually is supposed to go with this paper. But since I already had Be My Valentine, I just said, I'll just keep the stamp set that I have and work with it. But with that one, this bee here is like the medium size bee. That other stamp set, and I can't show you in the catalog or anything because it's an online exclusive. So I don't have a paper. I guess I could have printed it to show you. But in that one, this is a medium size bee. In that one, it has a larger bee and a smaller bee than this one, and they have the dies. And on that one, the dies even, they like cut the wings out, so like there's no center into the wings. Like, watch, I'll show you. Like right now I'm doing this. Well, they have a die that'll cut this inside out. And so they, and then I think they even have like the honeycomb shaped dies. I mean, I have tons of stamp sets, but I have not used all of them. So that's why I'm kind of like, although I just placed an order yesterday for some new pre-orders that are coming. Get my antennas. Pre-orders that are coming. Okay, let's get all these. And now the faces, we're going to do this one going this direction. This one we're going to turn going the other direction so that they're flying 2 different directions. And we're got this one, he's winking at you. Okay, so all the bee pieces out of the way, or bee stamps. And then now the glue. So we're going to put some glue here. And those wings are going there. And then we're going to tuck these ones under here. These ones do need a little bit to dry before moving them around. Another thing of glue. Some more glue. And now let's do our little antennas. Just a dab of glue. I had a feeling that was going to happen. That's how I get glue everywhere. And I'm going to stick that there and then move it so it doesn't get stuck in that glue. And then let's do this and add the antenna up a little. And we're gonna let these two glue or dry, and then we're gonna add our other. So like I said, I took the happy anniversary from the Layers of Beauty stamp set. Whoa. This one has been juicy. And then this one, You'll Always Be the One for Me. This is in the Be My Valentine stamp set. And speaking of bees, like I said, I have like bees over. Look, I have a bee on my watch band. Okay, so let's get our box in here. Get all this out of the way. We are going to glue this piece. Glue our hexagon on. Could have used that honeycomb side and then had the bees buzzing all over there. Okay, and then dimensionals, which I have to grab some more. They are right here. I always gotta have all these on hand because I use a lot. So we're gonna be putting this one, like, I was trying not to cover my bees to where you could see them, but it's a little bit hard, and we're gonna have our other ones anyway. And the reason I put my dimensionals, so look, we'll let that little guy sneak out of there, and we'll put this right below it so you can see it. Okay, so for our bees, what I always like to do when I do these ones with the double wings is I always curl my wings so then they look like they're flying. And then we'll put a couple of dimensionals behind them so they're buzzing around. And this is this guy, so he's gonna go over here. And then we got this one. I need to tie my bow tighter so my box will fit tighter. And we'll put some more dimensionals. And have this guy buzzing the other way. Oops, like so. And then we need to add our hearts, which are right here. So what do you guys think of this? Will you make one of these? I think it's pretty cool that you can fit a lot of different things in the boxes. Let me get my Take Your Pick tool. I'm gonna add a couple of small hearts over here. Do a big heart, a medium size heart, and another big, my putty thing has been not working well, not working correctly. And that's a medium size one here, right? See, I don't know what it is. I'm gonna have to clean those hearts because I just scuffed them. I think I've got too much putty, might be my issue. I gotta clean those hearts though. And there's our box. What do you guys think? It's definitely heavy when it's filled, but oh, I still didn't even put the boxes right. Well, we can move those around. But there's our project. I hope you guys like it, and I hope you make it. And thanks for joining me, and I'm sure I'm enjoying an amazing dinner. Our son gave us a gift certificate to go out to dinner, so you guys have a good evening, and hopefully I'll see you Sunday at 8 o'clock in the morning for my coffee and crafts class, and then I'll be back next Wednesday. Take care, everybody. Bye.